Alright, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be interviewing APJ. He's a very good trader, very knowledgeable when it comes to trading, trading psychology, all that good stuff. In this interview, he drops a lot of knowledge, talks about the things that us traders we need to know, and they're hard to hear. Make sure you're listening. Take notes if you have to. He says a lot of good stuff. So yeah, let's just get straight into the interview. Alright, so I'm here with APJ today. Thank you so much for coming on.
What's up, bro? Thanks for having me.
No problem. Yeah, let's just get started. So my first question is, just tell us a little bit about yourself, how old you are, where you're from, all that stuff.
Cool. So my name is Amish. I'm 21. I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
Lived here, raised here.
Oh, okay.
And this is what.
Okay, nice. So my next question is, how long have you been trading for, and why did you start trading?
So I started trading 4 years ago. I have multi-asset experience, right? But started originally in crypto, like a lot of younger guys do. Swing trading.
Okay.
At that time, it was a bit more seasonal than it is now. So swing traded crypto in 2021.
Okay.
Ethereum, crypto.com coin, that got my interest in the markets.
Okay.
Call it luck, call it whatever you want, but had some wins there.
Nice.
And I come from a business background, so I was curious about how I can grow my money and stuff like that.
Okay.
In 2022, a neighbor of mine was trading options a lot.
Okay.
So he had told me about his option trading, and that piqued my curiosity again. So I said, hey, if I can apply some of those crypto trading concepts to options, can I find some consistency in the market?
Okay.
As we all know, options make accounts go boom, right? Especially trading 0 days or 1 day expiration contracts. But in about April of 22, I decided to dedicate most of my time to learning how to day trade.
Okay.
Rather than swing trade, right? Produce consistent income day trading.
Yeah.
So I began with options and started learning different strategies. I was Discord hopping, always looking for the next best indicator or next best course. Things like the RSI, MACD. I was trying everything, right? You'll see my charts behind me now, no indicators.
Oh, okay.
Just levels, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fair value gaps. I started with those indicators, didn't find any consistency.
Okay.
My problem there was that they were delayed.
Okay.
Right? The indicator tells you what's already happened on the chart.
So you're not for indicators or anything like that?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not for indicators. I'm not against them. For me, I don't like them.
Okay.
Just because, when you're day trading, I like to understand things fundamentally, why things work, not, this works already, do it, go ahead.
Okay.
And to me, that's what indicators are. So I found a strategy called the STRAT, S-T-R-A-T, in 2022. Okay. It's a price action strategy. It was founded by the late Rob Smith. And all it is kind of telling you, candle high, candle low, which side we're breaking, identifying trends, identifying reversals based on price action.
Okay.
That sat with me well. I like that, the understanding behind price action, right? As opposed to a lagging indicator.
So you're still using that today, or?
Say that again?
You're still using the strat indicator today? Strategy today?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I think it's a bit too rudimentary, especially for day trading.
Okay.
Now there are guys online like Alex's Options or Sarah Strat Sniper who solely use the strat, from what I understand.
Okay.
But it wasn't enough for me. Okay. So summer of 2022, still day trading options, no consistency there, right? Mm-hmm. The occasional winner, but then, with options, 85% of them expire worthless.
Okay.
The percentage is even higher when it's 0 days or 1 day expiration contract. So it wasn't working, right? I was trying different things, but it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Later that year, I discovered ICT, right?
Okay.
Common household name now. Everyone knows ICT. But that year, he had just came out with his 2022 mentorship series on YouTube. So 41 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Some 30 minutes, some 2 hours long.
Crazy, yeah.
But I thought, hey, this is all price action. It's free. What do I have to lose, right? I had spent thousands of dollars trying to learn courses from people who themselves didn't know what they were doing. So I decided to just invest my time and go with it. So 2022, late that year, that's around the time I met our mutual friend Zed.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
Him and I kind of learned. He was ahead of me in ICT, so I would ask him questions and he would point me in the right direction. And that winter, I just rewatched 2022 series over and over. I have one of these big notebook full of just ICT notes. This is a fresh. Constantly have to.
Okay, yeah.
A lot. That's what started to stick with me. And in that series, ICT started with Forex in his 2019 lectures and stuff like that, and prior to that, 2016. But that series was all futures.
Okay, yeah.
So I thought, options have all these Greeks, all these, theta, decay, you have gamma, you have delta, you have rho, you have vega, you have all these things you need to get right to really hit consistency in options. Too many variables.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought, the market is already a net loss business. Most people lose, very few people win, everybody pays commissions. So no matter what, it is set up for human failure, right? That's how it stays efficient. That's how liquidity keeps coming in, right?
Yeah.
And going back to ICT 22, he was saying, futures are where you want to be right now. They are extremely liquid. You have the leverage. You have that 20x, 50x leverage, but you don't have all the Greeks and all the other variables like options. So I began futures trading as I understood ICT more. And in 23 January, I started prop trading, right? Okay. Back then, elite trader funding was kind of popular, so I began with them. And then Apex was really starting to blow up, So I've been with Apex now for about 2 years. Okay. Yeah. Prop trading. Okay. Yeah, that's the whole spiel on my trading background.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so you already went over that. You use ICT, right? You're saying for your content.
I do. I haven't watched his new content. I didn't watch the 23 series. I haven't watched any of that stuff. Okay. Like I said, I watched 22 many times, and that gave me the understanding I needed.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
My strategy now when it comes to futures is I like to scalp. Okay. The less amount of time I'm exposed to risk, the better. Okay. Right? So I like to be in and out of the market.
So like how many points would you average? Like roughly, like how many points are you targeting?
10, ballpark 10. Sometimes I have a trade that's 13. I might have a trade that's 7 points.
Okay, well, okay. Yeah.
But, I trade off the 30-second and the 1-minute chart. Okay. So, I can get a lot of signals, a lot of model setups in a day, but I'm really only trading for about an hour in the morning. Okay. 8:30 my time, so 9:30 equity bell to about 10:30 Eastern. Okay. Is my window.
Okay, yeah, that's there. Good. Okay. So what was your aha moment, or what flipped the switch that took you from unprofitable to profitable?
I think the first thing is edge, right? Just your technical system, developing a consistent edge, understanding your win rate and your risk to reward ratio, and the synthesis between the two, right? You listen to a lot of old school traders or traders in general who say you need at least 2 to 1, 3 to 1, whatever. But it clicked for me when I understood that if you have a higher win rate, you can have a lower risk to reward ratio. True. On average.
Yeah.
So finding the perfect balance for me. My win rate right now, depending on the amount of trades I take, is ballpark 70. Okay. 70, 75%. So today I took 4 trades, 3 winners, 1 loser. That's on 10 accounts, $300-$400 each account. That works for me. That's what I like. Okay. That understanding the math is crucial, right? You need to have your solid edge and then start worrying about the psychology. Okay. So having that edge developed, having the confidence, through countless hours of back testing, understanding that, over a large enough sample size out of 100 trades, I might have 30 losers, right? And making the math work for me that I understand my stop loss needs to be here, and my win rate should be this amount. I know I'm not going to take 5 losers in a row, more than likely. And then from there, it's all psychology. Okay. So something I still say is psychology.
Okay, that's good. And then carrying on to that question is, how long were you unprofitable for?
So from April 22, when I began learning full-time, to right about 2 years later. I only got my first payout in Q2 of 2024.
Okay.
So 2 years of unprofitability and some, because I blew, you know, low 5 figures trading options.
Wow.
Had I never traded options, I would have just been a break-even trader, right? No loss, no harm, besides account fees, but
Okay. Yeah.
unprofitable for a solid 2 years, and 2 years of really learning every day, showing up every day in the market, back testing every day.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Trading audiobooks, podcasts, all that.
Okay. Let's see here. So, how were you able to scale your trading to what you're making now?
Accounts. You know, with Apex, you can trade 20 accounts, right?
Wow.
So you do in one account, you can replicate across 20
Yeah.
Without using your system,
Yeah.
right? You're spreading risk throughout all those accounts. So let's say you normally trade 1 mini in one account, right? If you're making $200, right, 10 points on the NQ minis, you can multiply that by 20 in a perfect world, right? So your 200 suddenly becomes 4,000 in profit.
Yeah.
Now, of course, that's how they get you, because everyone wants to buy 20 accounts, pay all the fees up front, blow them all.
Yeah.
Key there is just copy trading accounts. So I do, if I'm trading 10, 15, 20 accounts, I do groups of 5.
Groups of 5. Okay.
I copy trade those. Again, that works for my system just because I'm scalping. I have more than enough entry signals every day that I can trade every group.
Okay.
But copy trading is the answer to scaling.
Okay. Perfect. So, how do you deal with your psychology when it comes to trading? Like, what are your go-to methods for like dealing with psychology?
Good question. Structure, routine, and discipline.
Okay, that's good.
That's it. I want to wake up and think about nothing else besides trading.
Okay.
Right? I don't want to have, a preoccupied mind where I'm worried about something else. I trade without my phone in my office.
Okay.
I don't have it. Everything's on do not disturb, right? I need an hour of complete cup of black coffee in the morning. That's the routine aspect of it, right? My brain is trained that, okay, during this time, this is what I'm doing.
Okay, that's good.
Discipline, I think you need to exercise discipline in all aspects of your life outside of trading.
Yeah.
If you want to do this professionally, full-time, consistently, you need discipline in everything. You can't be, undisciplined in whatever it might be, your health, your mindset, anything, and then try to come to the charts and be disciplined, because trading takes rewiring in your primal mind.
Okay.
Right? We naturally, as humans, we have a fear of taking a loss. We have fear of missing out. We have fear of risk. All of these things need to be rewired in your brain, such that you can separate your trading mind and your human mind, and sort of have this bulletproof mindset. And that's I say that's a good question, because, like I said, your technical edge is here, and then in my view, your psychological edge is the majority of it.
So
anyone can find an edge. You can go on YouTube and find, there's a million ways to make $1 million trading. Everyone has a different strategy and it all works for them, but what makes the trader profitable or unprofitable is their mindset.
Okay. So what are some things you do outside of trading that help your discipline in trading? If you have any.
Yeah. I exercise. I like going to the gym.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
I tried the 5 a.m. wake up, do it all before I get to the charts, try to be this.
Who hasn't? Yeah.
That does. Like I said, I want to come into the charts fresh. I don't want anything on my mind. But every day after trading, I go to the gym. I try to eat clean, but I'm not gonna that I have the best diet or anything like that.
Yeah.
But just overall structure, right? Having discipline. Yeah. Sleeping enough, that's a huge thing. I shoot for 7 hours a night. And I know you said outside of trading, but I just, not necessarily the trading itself, but I do a daily report every day.
Okay. So
and this is valuable. Every day, every week I create a weekly bias. Every evening I create a daily bias for the next day. Okay. Right? My reasoning behind that, I look at the news schedule. on Forex Factory. I look at the seasonality, right? What the NQ futures do every week on equityclock.com.
Okay.
I put all of that, I compile it into a daily report. For the open every day, I do a report on overnight price action. What happened in Asia, what happened in London, what am I expecting for New York? What's my drawn liquidity? Is previous day high intact? Is previous day low intact? I do as much as I can to eliminate the second guessing when I'm actually executing my orders.
Okay.
I want to know that, okay, we have previous day low here. We're selling off. If I get a retracement into a premium of this dealing range, and then I get my model entry here, a short is higher probability than a long. Because higher time narrative, it's bearish. My seasonality is bearish. I really try to map out my entire picture so that I'm not walking in there blind. So
okay, yeah, that's
structure.
Good. Yeah.
Just structure. The last 2 years, I have in a bunch of Microsoft folders, daily journals for every trading day.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's see. What's a non-negotiable every trader should be doing that you believe that they should be doing? Yeah. Like, what one thing that you think every trader should be doing?
In my view, it's journaling.
Okay.
If you can't quantify it, if you can't measure it, you can't make progress, right?
Yeah,
you can think in your head, I'm a better trader today than I was last month or last week or yesterday. But you need data. You need to look back at your own data, your own performance, and see your progress.
Yeah, for sure.
I break that down as far as every single trade, why I entered a trade, where my stop loss was. I take a picture of every single trade, whether I take 5 trades or 20 trades in a day. Everything is journal for me. The freedom that comes with being an independent trader, I think, warrants the responsibility of trading like a business. Yeah. That's what it is. This is not a game. This is not a hobby. Everybody wants to make 10 grand a month, 100 grand a month. You'll see guys on Twitter with these 6-figure withdrawals from Apex. It's not easy, right? You want to be the 0.01%, but you're doing what everyone else is doing. You're opening your charts on your phone and trading when you're getting coffee, whatever. Trading like a business, I cannot emphasize how important that is. Yeah. I have my structure. If someone was working at I won't say a real proprietary trading desk, but let's say a more formal desk in New York, right? You clock into the office, you sit down at your computer, you don't have distractions, right? Everybody is expected to be there on time every day. You have certain risk parameters you have to abide by. You have your analysts, you have your risk managers, you have your traders, right? And us as independent traders, we're trying to fulfill all of those roles, right? Again, structure, trading like a business, you have to be extremely disciplined toward yourself to really get an edge. Consistency and having a set of processes that outline what you need to do every day. I know what time I trade from. I know, my win rate, my expectancy. I know my expected value of every trade. I have my daily journal. I have my reviewing in the evening. I have my back testing. Everything needs to be systematized. It shouldn't be this trading on a whim. No, it really needs to be systemized and structured.
Okay, that's good. Let's see what else we have. So, having the knowledge you have now, if you could start over, what would you do differently?
Well, I wouldn't trade options. That's the biggest thing. I would skip the indicator searching, the course searching. I would skip all of that and try to understand price action. Right. So I would be focused on futures as my asset class. And I would try to develop a fundamental understanding of price action. To me, ICT 2022 series is the best learning material out there. It might be 40 hours worth of video content. So I think if I were to start over, I'd start with that. Again, I like the strat. It's very rudimentary. That's a good starting place. And then screen time. Screen time is important. You know, you'll hear of guys who've been trading for 5 years or 10 years, whatever it might be, who still aren't profitable. And I can automatically and rightfully assume that they just haven't put enough screen time in.
Okay, so back testing is really important then, is what you're saying.
I think it is. You know, you can show up to the charts for 2-3 hours a day, right? There's 252 trading days a year, so you might be getting 500, 750 hours of experience in a year, but I'm sure you've heard the saying it takes 10,000 hours to master something, right?
Yeah.
750 hours a year, 10,000 hours, but you want to make 100 grand a year, whatever. Be realistic with yourself, right? You can expedite your screen time process massively by backtesting. Instead of 3 hours a day watching live price action, which is the best, there's no doubt about that. You know, backtest for an hour, backtest for 2, 3, 4 hours a day. And now what are you doing? Instead of 2 hours a day, you might be exposed to 6 hours a day of price action, of screen time. And so you're 3xing the speed at which you learn. And backtesting is on demand, right? You can go through candles as fast as you want. You don't have to wait for every 15-minute candle to form. You know, just click through it until you see what you see. That's what I would tell myself. I mean, even up until last year, there were days I was consistently backtesting for 4 hours a day. Even after I'd gotten my payouts. I mean, you have to stay sharp. You have to continually adapt. So I tell myself, you know, don't get complacent. But do as much as you can to expedite the process. You know, if you're driving, if you're at the gym, if you're cooking, listen to some trading podcasts, right? Try to get ideas, learn from others. You know, it's easy to have a lack of direction when you're trying to trade on your own, because there's no one telling you. It's not like a college course where someone tells you do this, submit by this date, study this, you have an exam here. Take it or leave it. You know, it's up to you. So do as much as you can.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, and so the next question is: do you have any creators that you watch or recommend to other traders? But you already said ICT, unless you have anybody else. But
yeah, ICT is one. Like I said, I don't subscribe to everything he says. I don't watch every video he says. He's quite a character.
Yeah.
But his 2022 series, I have it downloaded on a little flash drive somewhere. You know, if it ever gets deleted, I can go back and watch that. I can pass that to someone I know. That is a wealth of knowledge in there. GT Trades on YouTube is good. Dodgy's ED on YouTube is good. Those are ICT guys. As far as the strat goes, for anyone who's curious, Alex's Options on YouTube and Sarah's Strat Sniper. They're good. I really haven't watched many people. You know, the learning is done here. The learning is done when you're on the charts. Right. When you can look back at your data through journals, through writing it down, through tracking it all. That's when you really learn. But yeah, those are some good names in my view.
Yeah, for sure. And then, what's the number one thing you see that's holding people back from becoming profitable? It's a tricky one.
Yeah. Overall, I think it's mindset, but that's very broad. I think it's complacency. If something's not working, you should be naturally curious as to why it's not working and what you can do to fix that. And if you can't fix that, you know, abandon it. It's not working, right? And there's no solution. So find something else. I don't know if people think they're entitled to success. I don't know what it is, but you have to be a problem solver. If something's not working, figure it out. If you think something could be better, try to make it better. And do what you can. You know, don't be complacent. Push yourself. Try to be the best at what you do. I'm not saying be the best trader in the world. Don't be in competition with someone else, but be in competition with yourself. Don't get complacent when it comes to progress within your own mindset, within your own performance.
Yeah.
I think the continual betterment of self will help anyone in trading.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all the questions I have. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Any advice you want to give to any traders?
Trading is the hardest way to make quick money.
Yeah.
It's an exponential growth curve in your P&L. But for years, it's about consistent learning, and then you'll start to see results. It's not for everyone, but I think those who have a natural inclination to push themselves, who can handle being, self-motivators, self-drivers, right? If you think you have the discipline, if you have the capability to have the discipline, to be your own boss, right? And to be your own risk manager, to be your own analyst, to be your own journaler, all those different roles, go for it. But you need patience. It's hard. It's not supposed to be easy. I still have a long way to go. But if you're going to do it, understand what it comes with. It's going to be harder than you think. It's going to take longer than you thought, but it will happen. Yeah. If you really seek progress. Don't be outcome oriented. Don't say, I want to make this much by this amount of time or else I quit. No, be process oriented. Do better tomorrow than you did today.
Yeah, for sure.
And also zoom out a bit. It's hard to see progress in the minutia and the day by day, but when you can zoom out and see progress month to month, quarter by quarter, that's really important.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's really good. So
yeah, how about you?
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on again. Yeah, it means a
Absolutely.
lot. Yeah, but
absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.